Good morning, everybody. Coming off of that 8 a.m. worship service, did you hear that piece by Jeff Harris? If that doesn't stop to help us think about the fact that we all need Jesus, no matter who we are, all around the world, that was beautiful. Followed up by that incredible sermon by Pastor Jeff, really emphasizing that the reason that we are here is because of Jesus. Thanks be to God for La Casa de Cristo. Thanks be to God for you. We are so blessed to be here. If you're coming into the 9:15 service soon, you're going to see all that. You're going to get to experience that in worship as well. Now, we have something absolutely incredible for you this morning. This is that which takes place in between the before and the after. This is
Interlude.
everybody. This is our amazing AV team, starting with Mr. Connor here. We have all kinds of helpers here, and we're going to get a little taste of the behind the scenes of worship. Everyone watching at home, these guys right here are the reason that you're able to experience worship at home. So let's get to know about how all the magic happens. Connor, tell us a little bit about what you're doing here.
Absolutely, Pastor Jeff. So, as you can see, it does take a whole village each week to help run service. Something that I do pretty often each week is run the camera switcher. That's what this looks like. Sometimes I feel like I'm in a spaceship, but it's connected to all of the different cameras here that we have here in the sanctuary. So, from back here, we have 5 different remote cameras that I can kind of toggle around here. So, there's Drew up there. And kind of with the joystick here, I can move up and down. I can zoom in and out every which way. And so we just saw Drew for a second. We're going to go back to him. So on top of the remote controlled cameras, we also have manned cameras. And so that's our guy, Drew, up at the top here. He's our cameraman extraordinaire. There's no one better in the business than him. And yeah, so we do this every week for service, and but the camera switcher is just one part of it.
Connor, I have so badly wanted to come back here during worship and just like touch a button. I'm just really curious what would happen if I just like touch this button here.
Oh no!
Whoop. Oh no.
Oh, Pastor Jeff,
Oh,
this is why you
oh,
got to leave it to the
oh,
professionals
okay.
here.
All
Okay,
right.
there
Oh,
we
we're
go.
back. All right,
Yeah, yeah,
good.
yeah.
Well, thank you, Connor, for all that you do. This is incredible. All these different screens on here, these are all the different angles that you get in worship. How many different cameras do you have in this place?
Geez, so on top of the manned cameras and we have 2 manned cameras, 5 remote control cameras from back here. There's another camera up at the front that we can control, and we also have 2 additional cameras on our organ for when Dr. Jeremy Peterman plays.
If anybody has any technical experience, or if they have no experience at all but just want to learn, what would they need to do to kind of jump on board here? Do they just contact you?
Absolutely. So a lot of the guys that are here each week that you're about to speak with are volunteers, and they're super, super vital to the success of our services each week. And so if you want to learn anything, it's a lot of fun, it's easy to pick up, and any of us here can help you along the way. Please reach out to me. We would love to teach you and get you involved in running worship.
Thank you so much, Connor. Let's see who's next down the line here. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us what your position is back here?
Hello, my name is Joel, and I run the super captions for the stream and also for the in-house screens. And so what I'll do is I go through a thing called ProPresenter, and I put up either full slides for things like the Apostles' Creed, Lord's Prayer, etc., or I go through when there are songs and I switch through a whole series of words so the people in the church or at home can follow along and sing along during hymns. So that's what I do. I also follow along in the music. Dr. Peterman often will give me the music for his preludes or postludes, and then I can help let people know when things are going on in the pedals or in the different manuals on the organ.
So you're following right along with the music, both for lyrical purposes, but also to see if there's any particular emphasis needed coming up on a camera angle or something like that. I imagine that takes a lot of musical background. Do you have musical background?
I do. I play the trumpet, and I study it in school. So that experience helps me follow along in the music. And that's actually how I got involved here because I often play the trumpet with Jennifer and Jeremy and all the great musicians we have here at La Casa.
So you're studying music in school right now?
I do. I study music at ASU.
At ASU. And we know that not only do you play a role back here in the booth, but just like you said, oftentimes they'll be up front playing your musical instrument.
That's one of the great joys of working here is I get to both do all the technical work, but I also get to play music, which is the thing I love most.
Thank you so much for your help. We're so appreciative of you because your job here, along with everybody else here, is a way that we all get to experience worship at home. So thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
All right, let's see who's next here.
Uh,
Good morning. Who are you?
Morning, how are you, Pastor Matt?
Very good. Well, what's your name?
So my name's Ethan. I'm kind of the flex support role back here. I kind of jump around and fill in whatever role we need at the moment. So like if Connor's not here, sometimes I'll run the switcher, sometimes I'll run slides, and Joel's not here. Run camera up there, the PNG one that's Drew's over there, and there's another camera that's tucked away in the back that we haven't gotten to see just yet. But and then also occasionally during the 9:15 service, I'll run over to the gathering place before the 10:30 service and check the slides and make sure that all the songs over there are tip top and no lyrics are missing or anything like that.
So Ethan, you were one of our tech interns for the summer. Is that right?
Yeah, I was a tech intern this past summer along with Chase here, who we get to talk to in a minute, and we helped out with making a lot of the videos for the Stay Connected videos during the summer. And also the Summer of Prayer, we helped Derek take some of the pictures during that show there. So yeah.
So you are very much involved in all the behind the scenes work.
Yeah, I joined last year around VBX, back when Logan was here, actually. I helped him initially run slides for the children's songs during VBX, and then I've been working back here ever since.
You run the camera sometimes too?
Yep.
So out of all the different positions here relating to the tech world, do you have a favorite that you prefer, one of the machines you prefer to be on, like a camera or on one of these computers, or what do you have as your preference?
I gotta say the switcher's probably the most fun, again, because Connor said it's like piloting a spaceship, and then also switching between all the different things just makes you feel it's really fun. So
thank you so much, Ethan. An amazing volunteer. We're so blessed to have these great volunteers with us. So thank you very much. All right, now we got Chase. Chase is also, as indicated, one of the summer interns here who continues to serve in great capacity. Chase, tell us about yourself. You in school right now? What grade are you in?
Yeah, I'm a freshman, so ninth grade. I go to Cicero Preparatory Academy.
Awesome. And as one of the interns, you kind of cover all the bases here too. What are some of the different things that you've done back here in the booth?
So, yeah, I got the internship because I really wanted to learn the soundboard. That's probably the most fun thing that I do, but I'm kind of like Ethan. I'm the flex. I fill in any gaps that if Joel's not here, maybe I'll run slides if Ethan's over at 9:15, or maybe I'll ask sometimes Connor to let me on the switcher. I know both cameras. I know just about everything.
So you know how to do all this kind of stuff.
Yes.
That's so awesome. Thank you so much, Chase, for your help. I really appreciate you and all that you do. Now, check this out. We have to be careful when we get to these guys here because they're literally running our sound live right now. So if we say something they don't like, they could just cut us right off. But
That's right.
go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Danny. I work with the audio, make sure everyone is being heard. Most of the time, it's a 98% success rate, depending if the musicians turn on their mics. But that's all up to them. But yeah, so I'm just here in charge of all the pulpit mics, making sure everything's being heard on the stream. So yeah, if I wanted to do this, I can just turn myself off if I don't want to talk right now. So,
So each one of these sliders is for a different microphone, and you are literally mixing the ups and downs of the sounds during worship.
yes, correct.
Right now included, right? I see Gary's finger
Yes,
is on
he
there,
is.
ready to cut us off.
He is ready. I just got to give him the wink, and he'll do it.
Gary, thank you. Danny, thank you so much for all that you do in sound.
Thank you.
Along with working on our soundboard is Mr. Gary Spears. He is our technical director here. Gary, how long have you been here at La Casa?
I started in 2008, so I've been here quite a while.
And you know every inch of the building here and what wires are running through it and what speakers are where and what cameras are where. Is that correct?
Yeah, pretty much. I pretty much have to take care of all this technical equipment here, as well as a very similar setup in the gathering place. We have a system in the fellowship hall. We have systems in classrooms. We have recording and streaming from the fellowship hall and from classrooms. So all that technical equipment and supporting, wiring and everything else has to be looked after. And every Sunday, there's no telling what may or may not work correctly. So, we have to do what we can, dive in, make sure that everything's up and running well, so we can do things like this.
Now, I was under the assumption that everything just works perfectly all the time. Like on Sunday morning, you show up, you just snap your fingers. Pastor Jeff does his thing. You just sit back and relax. Is that how it works?
That's exactly what we want you to think. Of course, that's not how it works. It's like, the Swan, where They're floating on the lake, and up above, everything looks nice and peaceful and good. But underneath, they're paddling like all get out. So that's how it is back here. We're running around trying to make sure everything's up and working correctly, and doing the things that we needed to do, doing switchovers. For example, we have to switch everything over to the interlude to be able to get this on the stream, but yet not in the house and bothering all the other people. So
So all these fine people watching us online right now, they just get to see the clean, polished, beautiful product, and they think like, "Oh, this is so great! It's so easy! It's why don't they just do this all the time for everything?" But there's a tremendous amount of work, and even
yes.
when we add simple things in like the interlude between services, it adds a whole new dynamic to the whole process, right?
Yes, it does. Yeah, because we're so limited in our time between services. We have a lot of setup and things we have to get ready for each service, and especially for the contemporary service where we actually have to get everything shut down here and then actually go over to another building and set everything up over there and make sure all that's up and ready to go as well. So yeah, there's a lot to it, and that's why, as you were saying earlier, we would love to talk to anybody who. Well, I mean, look at the control we have here. If you like control and if you like buttons, this is the place for you. So come talk to us. We'd be happy to work you into a schedule. We have audio, we have lighting, we have video. So all different aspects, and it's a lot of fun. See, I can turn myself down to where you can't hear me anymore. It's fun.
So you just mentioned that when you move to the contemporary service, our 10:30 worship service, it's literally in an entirely different building. So do you still control that service from over here, or how does that work?
No, not at all. These systems control everything here in the sanctuary. In the gathering place, we have very similar systems that control everything for the contemporary worship. Over there, there's a little more involved as far as audio because we have an entire band that we have to mix and get set up and everything. And video, we don't have quite as many cameras over there, but otherwise, they're basically the same systems,
Okay.
just two different locations.
I'm going to have Derek slowly back up here so he doesn't lose his footing. And as he does that, I'm going to make my way back to Connor. But for all of you watching online, if you want to throw your kudos into the chat room, and we'll collect all those and we'll make sure we pass those on to these guys because they just do incredible work. And what we're doing online here with worship, we wouldn't be able to do without them. So, Connor, what I'd like you to do is give us a little taste of the different camera angles. Show us on the screen there the
Absolutely.
different camera angles we can do and what's happening here with worship.
Yeah, so let's see here. Camera 2 is nice and versatile. I'll pull it up in the preview here. So something to know about the monitors. This section here is the preview, and then this whatever's on the right side of the screen is live. So obviously the stream right now is live, and I have camera 2 in the preview. But let's just say that we want to go to camera 2. I can use this little lever here, which is one of the more fun parts of the switcher. And when I go down here, it's going to slowly fade in to camera 2. And so now you're looking at it. And sometimes people like to move around. So for example, during the 8 a.m. service, during Kid Talk, Pastor Jeff kind of walked around all over the place, and he was showing the kids different parts at the front of the sanctuary. And so I would use the joystick on the switcher here to kind of follow every which way, zoom in and out. So I really like camera 2. Camera 4 is a good camera to use for sharing of the piece. Right now we have people coming in, so there's not much to see right now. But yeah, and then if I want to come back to the stream, that's camera 11 here on my monitor, and I'm going to fade right back in, and we're back.
And this headset that you have on your ears here, what do you do with that? Who are you talking to?
Yeah, so headsets are also the secret sauce to the success of a service because it can get really loud in here with the organ playing. There's a lot going on, and we need to be able to talk to each other. So when I put the mic down here, Drew, who might be using the restroom right now, normally can hear me. So we have two cameramen up in the balcony, and if we didn't have the headsets, we wouldn't be able to communicate with them. So it's always good to be able to talk to them so we can anticipate the next thing, whether it's the sermon, the confession, or if there's a baptism. We have to make sure that all of our guys are ready so we can have those shots to show people.
And is Drew on there right now? Can you say hello to him?
Yeah, so let's go back to Drew, and he is on the stream right now. And yeah, Drew handles that camera that he's holding right now. That's called EVA 1, and it's definitely the nicest manned camera that we use here on the sanctuary. We get really nice, tight close-up shots. It's perfect for sermons. It's perfect for scripture readings. When there's singing for different hymns or special music. So if there's a service where there's a particularly special instrument being played, we really want to be able to show that off. And Eva One is perfect for that. And like I said before, when it comes to manned cameras, there's no one better in the business than Drew. So we are very, very thankful to have him up there.
So I'm trying to get my bearings with where Drew is in regards to the whole of the sanctuary.
Yeah.
Where exactly is he placed?
So where I'm pointing to, all the way up there, there's a balcony and there's all kinds of stuff up there. There's more lights, the tripods. There's Drew sticking out right now. Yeah, sometimes we call that the crow's nest. And yeah, that's our little domain for the camera people. So back here in the sanctuary, there's a little room. You got to go through a door, and there's a ladder. So that's another awesome thing about our volunteers and why we're so grateful to have them, because every week we're going up and down this ladder with tripods and cameras, and we got to be careful. And it's a lot of work, but again, it's so worth it. And that's just what it takes to put on an amazing service for everybody.
So on a Sunday morning between worship services, especially moving over to the contemporary space, you're literally hauling the equipment, the cameras, everything over there. All just physical work behind it all, also, right?
Yeah, those tripods are really heavy because the cameras are so nice and they're pretty big. So it's a lot of equipment. And yeah, so especially once we're moving from traditional to the contemporary worship, sometimes our window can be kind of small. So it's a lot of hustle, but we all really work well together and we help each other out. And yeah, that's just amazing.
Now, I have a question about the people passing by. You can kind of see in the background, the 9:15 crowd is coming in to worship. I notice a lot of times people will stop by and just say a quick hello to you, give you a handshake or something. Is that pretty common for you?
Yes, it's very appreciated. First and foremost, our job is to make sure that the service can be as great as possible for our congregation coming in. But it's really nice. People always stop, say hello. We have a lot of friends, and it's nice to be appreciated. But again, we appreciate everybody coming in. So yeah, we'll get a lot of high fives, good mornings, how are you? Sometimes people have dropped off muffins, things like that, which is always appreciated. So yeah, it's really, really nice. And so if you ever want to come say hi or find out more, again, to volunteer, that's what it is.
So if you ever hear in person, just pop by and say hello. Thank you to these guys. Bring muffins, as he says. I know they'll love it. Hey, look at this. We have another one of our volunteers coming in. What is your name?
Hi, I'm Joe.
Joe, and you've worked with them before. You're starting to do some new things. Tell us about what you're involved with here.
Sure. I had been helping in the past, and then with COVID and everything that happened, I got out of it a little bit and had to stay home and kind of do the home thing with everything in the family. And now I'm just kind of trying to get back involved, and they've been very welcome and warm, and it's been wonderful.
Great. So for anybody that has been out of the volunteer service, now's a good time to jump right back in, right?
Oh yeah, it's very exciting on campus right now. You had the Get Connected weekend. There's lots of stuff going on. So very
Awesome.
good.
And Joe, we're here in our AV room, just back behind the booth, all kinds of storage and stuff. I see some items for Journey Through Bethlehem. I know you've been involved with that. But this is where they keep a lot of the equipment as well, everything they need to do the things that they do to bring you worship online. Well, Joe, thank you very much. Thank you to our amazing crew here. We have such great helpers of everybody involved. Like Connor said, if you want to be involved, even if you have no experience at all, but you're like, wow, that sounds interesting. I'd love to just learn what those buttons do, learn how those switchers work, anything like that. Come on board. You are going to love this team. They have an amazing camaraderie together, and they are what make it happen here with Worship Life. So all thanks to them. All thanks be to God, of course, just like our message in worship was today. Jesus Christ, he's the reason we're here. So we're so grateful to you for joining us for another week of The Interlude.